Okay, here's another view of that Mystery Bell house there. You can see the big, huge, rambling porch. I just passed Hazard's Beach here, and keep looking behind you. I looked behind you, and look what I saw here. And again, this 40 power optical brings it way in for you. And there's the white, I guess that's the ledges after all. I've been miscalling it. See if I can zoom in a little more, see if it'll focus. Yeah, focus nicely in on us. So, and always carry a little package or two of lens wipes with you. It's amazing, you're taking your lens cover on and off, on and off, on and off all the time. How many times you'll smudge it without realizing it. Well, this is an interesting spot. There's that big White House that we just passed. Here's a shot looking way over. Now, I don't know whether that's the waves. Come on, focus. There we go. No, yeah, that's the waves, I think. Not sea view. That's down to our right somewhere. And then all now in this one shot, I'm gonna zoom on out. This has got one of the prettiest fronts. We're right on, I'm standing on the driveway in front of Ocean Drive. This is one of the prettiest, well-kept fronts. And then, if I just look up this way and zoom in, we're gonna see, remember I mentioned earlier, there was just see the tops of one of the mansions. This is a serious mansion, but this is all you're gonna see, folks, unless, of course, they left their gates open. And is this the gatehouse or the stables to that guy? I suspect so, but I don't know. Nice spot to, it's nice and shady, take a break walking around Ocean Drive. Okay, and as if Windswept didn't have enough to offer us again, here's a cute little gatehouse to Windswept. Isn't that nice? With a great view out there on the water. I've always wondered what this tower was. It's Moonwatch. Moonwatch's gate, you can't see nothing from it. But this will be a good Google Earth lookup when I get back and see how sprawling it is, although I probably got it photographed from the other side. It'll be fairly easy to find because, okay, it's right next to Normandy here, condos, and it's right across from the horizons, and this is about as good a shot we're going to see of the horizons. And again, you can Google the name Horizon/Newport or Horizon Mansions .com Newport, and hopefully find some history on it. If it's for sale, quietly for sale, or has been for sale in the last few years, you could get a grand tour, perhaps, because these real estate on these multi-million-dollar sales, they do a little Hollywood dealie on the outside. The inside of it's furnished, and that in itself is a evening's enjoyment. Okay, we walked past Bella Rive, and now here's the one of the great views here. This is Seafair. Gonna zoom on into Seafair. Back a little bit. I'm peeking through the fence bars. I hope I've avoided them. Last month when I first got here, it was 20 million. It's for sale. It's down to 12 million plus now. And you know, you saw this right out on the peak of the ocean, the 1938 Hurricane House, sometimes it's called. And I am peeking through an electronic gate here, so you gotta be careful. But some shots are just worth the risk. Wow. Zoom in. Can we zoom in some more? Yeah, let's see if it'll focus on us. Yeah. it's not that huge a house, as the chimneys and the roof line kind of fools you. If you look at the windows, you know, the first story and maybe the second, it's really just a two-story house with a huge high French roof line. But it's huge. I forget the square footage on it, but it's just monstrous. And we've come to a gorgeous little cove now, just past Seafair. It's a tidal cove. There's a diver out there, scuba diver. And out here, you can see the waves coming in. It's a rough spot, but there's always a few small fishing boats here. A lot of them are out now. I wouldn't want to go out through that stuff. There's an older house that Bay House, I think, is called that. I'm not sure. That's a newer one. Maybe that's an older one. Anyway, Ocean Ave continues on. We're on Ocean Ave. This is an excellent place to take a break, and you can see a lot of people do here. And we've still got a lot more to see. As I zoom out, is Indian Springs. Big old castle kind of place. One of my favorites. And as you can see, a stick built in the distance out there. Nice. This is Indian Springs. I like it. I guess it's kind of a guy place. Notice it's built on the top of a huge ledge. And we'll see that from the ocean side in a bit. But it's one of the oldies. And I like it. This is, I'm standing in the middle of a driveway. Shouldn't be doing that. Time to move on. Well, this is interesting. Indian Springs again. And it pays to keep looking around. Who's that guy way back there? All I got is a bell tower to go by as a clue. And there's no road. Well, maybe there is a driveway. At any rate, here comes Google Earth again tonight. Well, you know, this Newport is something else. Now, we walked about 3.5 miles. And this whole area that we're scouting here is only 4 miles north and south by 3 miles east and west. That's a small area. And look at, if I pan, I'm down at Ballard Park now. I think that's the name, Ballard Park. We're still on Ocean Drive. And look at what we're seeing here. I'm going to pan around. Now, this is a public park. And it's not a windy day particularly. You couldn't hear me if there was much wind around, unfortunately. And get a camera, by all means, if you're going to get one, that can do this. Zoom in and zoom out. My older one couldn't do this, and I had a pre-plan, each shot, da-da-da-da-da-da. That was a real pain in the butt. Now, I didn't realize it at the time. And then, okay, now we're looking across on the land side of things, and we're focusing in on other stuff over here. This is Brenton Park, by the way. There's Ballard Park, there's Ballast Park, there's Brenton Park. Enough to confuse a guy. But this is Newport, and oh, look at that view. Okay, here we are again, and keep looking behind, because remember, now I'm looking at Indian Springs and seaward from a different angle out here at Brenton Park, and that mystery house, I just like to do this stuff. I'm not sure. I can't imagine where. Well, you know, that might be a stable, or a stable probably. It wouldn't be a gatehouse because they're not out here. I'll bet you that's an old stable too. Well, we'll find out. We'll do a little Ocean Earth and maybe Google Indian Springs, come up with some clue. But I'm gonna get that guy.